Have you ever sat next to someone you love, your head on their shoulder, listening to them breathe, and in that profound quiet, felt completely and utterly alone? It's not an angry feeling, it's not resentment, it's a silent, hollow ache. It's the moment you touch the bottom of a dream and find that it's made of concrete. This is the feeling that begins when you start to accept that love, even the deepest, most sincere love, will not save you. We are all given a story from the moment we are born. It's in the songs on the radio, the movies we watch with tears in our eyes, the well-meaning advice from our families. The story is simple. You are incomplete, a puzzle with a piece missing, and somewhere out there is another person who holds that piece. When you find them, you will click together, and the emptiness you carry inside will finally be filled. The loneliness will vanish. The old wounds will scar over and heal. You will be made whole. We don't talk about it, but we enter our relationships with this unspoken agreement. It's a kind of salvation contract. We hand the person we love the tangled, heavy mess of our past, our insecurities, our deepest fears, and without a word we ask them to fix it. We expect them to be the light that drives out our darkness, the calm that soothes our inner storm. We expect them to love us so perfectly that it retroactively heals the parts of us that were never loved enough. And they, in turn, expect the same from us. It is the most beautiful lie ever told. The first signs that the lie is unravelling are small. It's that flash of irritation you feel when they say the wrong thing after you've had a bad day. It's that pang of disappointment when they can't seem to understand, the anxiety you can't even explain to yourself. You have a wonderful day together, a day that feels like a scene from a movie. But later that night, as you lie in the dark, the old familiar sadness creeps back in. And you think, why isn't this working? Why do I still feel this way? We often mistake this feeling as a sign that we've chosen the wrong person. The truth is much harder to face. The truth is that you've given another human being an impossible job. You've made them responsible for the one thing they can never control, your own inner world. This architecture of connection, built on the idea of two halves making a whole, is fundamentally unstable. It creates a dynamic of dependency and pressure that slowly erodes the very love it's supposed to nurture. Think about it. You're essentially asking someone to be your doctor, your therapist, your parent, and your saviour, all while trying to be their partner. The weight of that expectation is crushing. It leaves no room for them to be simply human with their own flaws, their own emptiness, their own needs. It forces the connection into a constant state of negotiation and quiet desperation, where each person is secretly trying to get their needs met, to have their wounds tended to, often at the expense of the other. The ache you feel isn't betrayal by them, it's betrayal by the story. It's the shock of discovering that the map you've been using your entire life leads nowhere. And this discovery brings a very specific kind of grief. You have to mourn. You are mourning the death of the most romantic fantasy you've ever held. You are letting go of the hope that someone else will come along and do the work for you. This grief is necessary. It's a clearing process. It's like a controlled fire that burns away all the old dead brush to make way for new growth. It hurts because a cherished part of your worldview, a belief that made you feel safe, has to die. You have to stand in the ruins of of that beautiful lie, feeling the cold wind, and realise that no one is coming. No one can come. The person who has to walk into that empty space and make it whole is, and always has been, you. This realisation feels like an ending, but it's not. It's the only possible beginning for a love that is real. It's the moment you stop asking love to save you, and instead, you become strong enough to simply receive it. By the way, our shared space of light and awareness is on its way to 100,000 people. Thank you to everyone who subscribes and brings this moment closer. And so you stand there, in that quiet space you've cleared, having let go of the fantasy. What happens now? A fundamental shift begins inside you. The frantic search for a saviour ends, and a quiet search for a companion begins. It's a completely different way of moving through the world. Before, you were scanning every person you met with a subconscious checklist. Can they fix this? Can they feel this? Can they make the quiet go away? Your energy was one of need, of hunger. And the way reality works, that kind of energy tends to attract people who are also hungry, or people who want to be saviours, because it makes them feel powerful. It creates connections based on mutual deficiency. But now, without the impossible job description of saviour to fill, you become available for a real partnership. You start looking for someone who is also on their own journey, someone who is tending to their own inner garden, not looking for someone else to water it for them. You become interested in their wholeness, not just how their broken pieces might fit with yours. It's the difference between two people huddling together for warmth and two people who have each built their own fire, choosing to bring them close so they can enjoy the shared light. Here is where reality shows its incredible intelligence. It begins to use love as a perfect mirror. A true partner, one who enters your life after you've let go of the salvation contract, doesn't fix you. They reflect you. They show you, with perfect, sometimes painful clarity, exactly where you are whole and where you still have your own work to do. Think about it. That moment they say something that triggers a surprisingly strong wave of anger or insecurity in you. That's the mirror. It's not about what they said. It's about the unhealed place inside you that their words just lit up. They aren't the cause of the wound. They are simply the light that has allowed you to see it. This is one of the deepest mechanics of transformation. We cannot heal what we cannot see. A real partner isn't there to be a comforting bandage that covers the wound. They are the person who feels safe enough to be with it. You can finally allow the wounds to be exposed to the air. In their presence, in the trust you build, you find the courage to look at your own patterns. You see your tendency to shut down, or your fear of being abandoned. Not because they are pointing it out, but because your interactions with them make it impossible to ignore. They don't heal you. Their presence creates the conditions for you to heal yourself. Their love doesn't rescue you from your loneliness. It gives you the strength to face your loneliness and realize it was never as terrifying as you thought. It's a profound recalibration of what love is for. It's not medicine. It's a diagnostic light. And this leads to the ultimate freedom. The freedom of two whole people choosing each other without the impossible burden of expectation. When you are no longer making someone else responsible for your happiness, an incredible lightness enters the connection. The silent pressure is gone. The constant low-level anxiety of wondering if they are meeting your needs dissolves. You can finally just let them be who they are, and you, in turn, are free to be who you are. A work in progress, messy, imperfect, and still completely worthy of love. This is where true love actually begins, not as a rescue mission, but as a shared journey. It's two people walking side by side, each on their own path, but choosing to face the same direction. They can support each other. They can offer comfort. They can hold a lamp for each other when the path gets dark. But each is still responsible for walking their own steps. The love is no longer a transaction. It's a collaboration. You are building something together. A life, a family, a shared pool of joy and experience. Not trying to use each other as spare parts to fix your own broken machinery. You don't complete each other. You complement each other. You don't need their love to survive, which allows you to want their love with a purity that need can never have. You stop falling in love and you start rising in it. If this video changed something in you, write in the comments, "My love is not my saviour." Write it as your promise. Nobody